KCAL Rocks, it's your Monday, and sports, it's getting that much closer. So let's talk those sports with our guy, Pep. What's going on, Pep?
Yeah, I guess, okay, here's the deal, guys. So you could look at it in two ways. So it looks like a lot of the professional sports, we know their plans. We know they're going to resume their seasons. College football it looks like it's going to play in the fall. They're going to have a modified schedule, which we're going to talk about in just a second. But locally, for the community colleges across California, including like Riverside Community College, San Bernardino Valley College, College of the Desert, I could go on and on. They have pushed all of their sports to the spring. So meaning like football season for the junior colleges, practices will begin in January and games will begin in February. I only bring that up because we could have, Division I college football in the fall, NFL in the fall, and then we get to the spring and we might even have some local football. We don't know what's going to happen with the high schools yet, but junior colleges will be what they call early spring now.
I wonder if the high schools will follow the junior college's lead.
I mean, yeah, it's really, you have to kind of build it around the school. So, yeah, I mean, there's only certain times of the year they can't do it. As long as if they can get one in, then awesome for the athletes.
Yeah, so the dominoes starting to fall a little bit, at least for local football. But on the big-time Division I college football scale, things are falling into place. It looks like the Big Ten, the Pac-12, they're going to play conference-only schedules, so they're not going to play outside their conference. So we're not going to have games like USC versus Alabama and Oregon versus Ohio State. We're not going to get them.
Now, I heard a lot of people are calling a conspiracy theory on them trying to end Notre Dame being an independent this way.
Yeah, Notre Dame. Forty, I'm glad you brought that up because that's interesting. They're independent. They don't belong to a conference, but they have a lot of great games, including they play USC, they play Stanford from out of the Pac-12. But it sounds like Notre Dame could be lumped in with the ACC.
Right.
So yeah, there's a lot of things to figure out, but there's a lot of also questions too because there's holes in everybody's schedules now if you're going to play conference only.
Of course.
So we do have NFL news to get to, baseball, NBA as well, as we all get a little bit closer to the start of the season. And it's all brought to you by Matheson Gas, the gas professionals, 3 locations across the Inland Empire. If you need gas, and I know you need gas for your backyard or your barbecue or your business, visit one of the 3 locations, one in the Cook, Rancho Cucamonga, one in Fontana, one in Riverside, but always check out the website first. That is MathesonGas.com online. If you need gas, they are the gas professionals. Don't go anywhere else. That's Matheson Gas. NFL training camps scheduled to begin in about a week and a half or so. Like we're getting close to NFL training camps. And we heard a report last night, 40, that the Washington Redskins were actually...
don't you ever say that name again. It's retired.
It might not exist after today. It sounds like the football franchise in Washington will be changing their name from Redskins to, well, we don't know, but they're going to drop the Redskins, which they've had for nearly 100 years.
Saying that name, how dare you?
It has been officially retired as of this morning.
Yeah, the statement is out. The Redskins, they say, the logo and that team name officially retired. We were hoping to get the new team name today, but it looks like they're still working that out. But they officially put a statement out saying that, by the time they do finish their whole thing, they pick a new name. Redskins officially retired. Nobody ever say that name again.
Wow. Man. And they've had that for like almost 100 years. And
long time.
So I know, you're right. They're trying to figure out what that new team name is going to be. We've heard the Warriors be tossed around a little bit. My personal preference is the Hogs because the term the Hogs have been associated with Washington for a while. So I don't know.
I like that, but I feel I like that for a comedy movie. I can't take that team seriously in the NFL or maybe an Arena League team. I think it needs to be more serious.
Can't be like the Washington Sizzling Bacon or something like that.
No, right. You got to go Razorbacks or whatever, like Arkansas, something like Warthog. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's fierce. That's mean,
get fierce.
Right? So we're all on standby what the new Washington name will be. To Major League Baseball, their summer camps, I guess as they're calling it, their spring training in the summer are in full swing. In fact, the Halos had an inter-squad yesterday, and here's the good news if you're an Angels fan. Mike Trout went deep, Shohei Ohtani went deep, and Matt Andriese, the pride of of Redlands East Valley, and UC Riverside was on the mound for the Halos. Look really, really good. So things are falling into place for the Angels right now.
Chicks dig the long ball.
they do. And, on paper, the Angels, their lineup, top to bottom, offensively at least, could be one of the best in baseball, if not the best this season. They've got a lot of great hitters.
And that may mean something in this season because it's going to be so weird and different. And if you don't catch the COVID, you could win.
That's right. 60 games in 66 days. There's not a lot of room for error, not a lot of days off. Like, it's going to be a sprint to the postseason, and it's going to be fun. All right, so that's Major League Baseball, what they're doing right now with summer camps. And finally, as we get to the NBA, I wanted to bring this up for several reasons because, we got Major League Soccer already going on in Orlando. Yeah, and we had, Dallas drop out and Nashville drop out because of, positive cases, which is unfortunate. But the NBA teams are now in that same, I guess you call Orlando bubble, as they're calling it now. Right. And they're in the bubble. The Lakers are there. They've had practices. The Clippers are there. And Kawhi Leonard rejoined the Clippers last night. So I think he has to quarantine for like a day or two. And then he can actually be reintroduced to the team, actually go through the practices. But they are inside the bubble. It is actually happening in those first games, Lakers versus Clippers, coming up on July 30th.
Now we even got our first word of injury in Lakerland. Rajon Rondo, I think broken hand or something.
Fractured his hand.
Fractured a thumb or something like that. He's going to be out for a couple of weeks. Now,
6 to 8 weeks.
Does he have to stay in the bubble?
Got to.
So, right?
Yeah.
Got to.
I think if there's any chance that he is going to play at some point, let's say the Lakers make it all the way to the finals, let's just say for this conversation, yeah, I mean, I think he has to stay inside the bubble. Like, if he wants to stay with the team. Now, I know there's a lot of smart people, a lot of doctors that, are going to figure those kind of things out. But, yeah, from the outside looking in, it sounds like if the Lakers expect to be that deep into the postseason and there's a chance that he could still play and help them, he's got to be in the bubble. Don't burst that bubble.
I'm going to be so upset if we find out that it was J.R. Smith who broke his hand.
Just because he wanted to play, right? Like,
I did not want J.R. Smith anywhere around LeBron.
Pep 40 is going to get J.R. Smith. I bet J.R. Smith hits a huge 3 to turn 40 all around.
Then I'll love it, but right now I hold a grudge.
Oh my God.
He's ready for it, Pep. Pep, tell him how to get your stuff.
It's all over Inland Sports. We're talking local football, including SBVC's head coach, Daniel Algadas. You can check it out right now. That's Inland Sports on social media and Inland Sports also on the YouTube channel.
Thanks, Pep.